Would you want to leave this place where we grew up? This old town, just put it all behind. Remember you and I would always find somewhere to hide when we were kids, so we could see and hear the water run.
Look, we actually have our sail up for a little bit. The engine is on as well. Winds are not too strong, but at least there is one section that we're able to motor sail through here. Left our beautiful, beautiful, perfect anchorage this morning, and now we are headed to Florø. And first stop, once we get there, is going to be to the police station to hopefully get cleared in. And I think they might have some grocery stores too with a bit of affordable food, we'll call it. But even though the sun is not out yet, it's supposed to come out in a couple hours, still just a beautiful trip through these fjords and hills. And I feel like my camera is getting so much used to snapping pictures all the time, but I don't know when it's gonna get old. I don't think it will. So it's kind of nice just like slowly cruising through here and taking all the sights.
River's gonna cry when you're gone. Where will you go? Won't you miss the ones you know? I'll be here, hanging on, waiting for your call.
Going north right now through a fjord. Fortunately, we timed it not exactly right. We had to get through one other section. With the flow right now, with the incoming tide, it's against us. So we are kind of going into that, and we're going into the wind. The wind is funneling down the fjord as well. Fortunately, because the wind and tide are going the same direction, it's kind of laying down the waves. So there really isn't much swell at all or any waves rolling through here, which is a very, very nice thing. It's actually pretty smooth. But now we're fighting. We have to motor against both tide and wind, or current and wind. And it's going to be a little tough right now. We're doing about 5 knots. It's half a knot of current against us right now. It's going to start increasing. We have about 4 miles to go, so a little less than an hour, but it's going to build up a bit. We'll probably have about 1.5 knots against us, like at the peak when we get to the other side.
Well, we finally found the sun today. It came out a little breezy from the north in the direction that we're heading. But what's kind of cool is now we have seen our first snow. There's a set of mountains off to our side here that are snow-capped at the top. And Matt looked at it online, and there's actually a glacier at the end of the fjord there. I think there's a few of them here like that. So again, once we get officially checked in, have a little bit more time, we can head down one of these fjords that have a glacier, because that would be pretty freaking cool to see.
I'm a traveling spirit, I've seen many shores, from the West Pacific to the island of Kenya. They treat me
It is a gorgeous morning in Florø. The sun is shining. I'm actually in a short sleeve shirt right now, if you can believe it or not. No fleece, although I am kind of hidden from the breeze. But now that the police station is open, we can go get our immigration status taken care of, get cleared into the country, and hopefully spend a nice day hanging out here before we have to keep moving north. There's an area called the Stead that's supposed to be pretty difficult to get around, and we've been watching the weather, but we want to position ourselves there so as soon as the weather turns favorable, we could just get out and get around and get it over with. But for the moment, I'm going to soak in the sun and a cup of coffee before we get on the move for the day.
I have learned that no one else can carry this load, It's a train where I'm the only passenger on board. Oh, there is beauty to enjoy on this road. But even so, I still feel that I'm alone. I'm alone. I'm alone.
While we're here in the beautiful town of Florø, not that we are not enjoying just like the beautiful town part, so quaint in Norwegian and perfect, because we just got cleared in up until this point, we haven't had the chance to really get off and see any nature, but we did see on our maps that there's a little lake just up the hill from the marina. So we're hiking up there right now to see if there's like a trail. I think our Maps Me little app showed a lookout up there. And there has been fog all day, just kind of rolling in and out. Right now it's starting to clear, fingers crossed it stays that way. But sometimes just like these heavy clouds will roll in, can't see much. But either way, we want to get out and do some exploring. So we're just gonna go check it out and see the beautiful lake here. Well, I'm so far loving the wildflowers on the side of the trail.
Oh, that's amazing.
This is. We haven't even seen anything good yet, and this is already great.
I'm smitten with Norway.
Yes.
I was smitten for the Mitten, which is Michigan. I'm smitten for Norway now. It is incredible. This is an industrial port. This is some place where they are...
Where container ships come in.
Container ships come in. They are doing a lot of the heavy fishing industry type stuff here. They're building oil rigs and stuff here. This shouldn't be this perfect and beautiful. Anywhere else that we've been, those types of ports are usually for a long distance or very industrial and they're not pretty. This is just incredible. You can ignore that little section and everything else is just postcard perfect. Love it.
Stop and smell the flowers. We found the lake. It's actually quite a short walk, but it's very peaceful back here. We're not too far from the road, but there's just birds flying. I think I see a few ducks on the shoreline, water lilies everywhere. Nice spot for, again, picnic for those who do, but Matt doesn't. So we're just gonna hike around it and drink some sparkling water instead. Look at all these ducks. Isn't this perfect?
And it's
like
just a couple hundred yards that way is the main street.
I know.
There's no sound of it at all because of the hill.
This is just so peaceful back here. And we got the sun to come out. Look at, there's just a line of ducks all along the shore.
I think that's what it is. So here is Maps Me. If you guys haven't used this before, it's something I hadn't heard about until we got to Portugal the first time. The big thing that they do is they show trails. So around Europe, it's actually been a lot better, more accurate than what Google Maps has been. And the trails is something that we really haven't seen before on Google Maps. So it does a really good job. This is where we're going. Lake we were just at, wandering around. Yeah, it's a city park, but just very, very nicely done. Yeah, so right there, we're going to go up here, which is quite the elevation change. I didn't quite realize that. It's a lot higher than I thought it was, but it's good for us. We need it.
It was so hard leaving those ducks at the lake. They were so cute, and they let you get so incredibly close to them. You pretty much had to be stepping before they started like clucking and murmuring and moving out of the way. But
Getting pissed off.
yeah. But there is that overlook that we want to see. So had to get ourselves moving. So we're gonna hike up this path, which we couldn't see from the lake, so it must like wind around to the other side, like the hill or mountain that it's on. But thankfully the sun is still kind of shining, and it is the perfect walking temperature. I think Fahrenheit it's mid 60s right now, so makes getting around a lot easier. Much better than in the Caribbean. Coming up on overlook number 1. It's not the like destination we're going to, but based on Matt's laugh, I'm guessing that the view from up here is pretty good.
No, it's actually really foggy.
Oh, damn it! The fog came back. Taking a walk in the clouds. So right in this area you can see what Matt was talking about earlier, that it's kind of an industrial town with container ships. But then I think our marina is back there a little bit more.
Yeah, it's a mess.
Oh, yeah.
Right where that tug ship or thing is.
With a very, very cute town that you would not know you're in an industrial port. And behind all that fog there are some beautiful mountains.
So this was the headquarters for the Germans in this area during World War II. Apparently this was like infantry barracks or something. Looks kind of bad. So apparently there was a prisoner of war camp here. There's a hospital bunker here. So this was like the hotbed for the Germans in this particular area during the war. So there's a lot of stuff within this park too for that. So it'll be kind of interesting seeing those things.
Barely make out some mountains in the distance there. We're gonna head up here and hope for another good view. Oh, that's quite pretty. Oh, and now I see the airport. Not bad, but not quite as pretty. I guess the spot in front of the airport to me on this side is a lookout, and not that that's a bad view, but if you focus your attention this way, it is incredibly pretty. There's this beautiful mountain back there, and like fjords running and little islands, and I'm guessing there's a farm down below because I can hear some cowbells. Not quite sure what's happening there, but
Will Ferrell.
yeah, still a good spot. So maybe we'll get the drone up here for just a second and check out some of the aerial views while we still have this beautiful sunshine, because who knows how long it will last. It goes in and out so freaking fast here. Looks like the hiking trail is coming to an end, and we're about to get dropped out into more of like the residential area and town again, which we might be able to see some views to another lake, but for just kind of like glancing to see what this area has to offer, and again being just a few blocks away from the marina and the boat, it was a great way to get off the boat for a few hours, get back into some trees. I mean, we love the water, but we also really love greenery, so I'd say for our first real chance to get ashore, now that we're cleared in and legal, this is a great way to spend the afternoon. And I think it's too blown out in the camera, but straight ahead there's beautiful mountain views, which we're just going to be seeing so much of over the next few weeks. I'm really, really excited for that. We love you, Norway.
Leave me stranded, I know how to handle it all on my own. On my own.
once you've been